Let's do a makeover.
No.
No. Oh, come on, let us, please. Sure.
The reason this joke did not land is because John Petrucci is just awesome. See? Even AI thinks so. And who are we to argue? I think that John Petrucci is arguably one of the most influential guitarists today. Grammys, millions of sold albums, and if you ask any aspiring guitar player, they would probably cite a few Dream Theater songs that inspired them. Not to mention he was one of the first to popularize the 7-string guitar in the modern metal. That's why when I saw a chance to grab a broken Ibanez 7-string, I quickly hopped on a train and made my way to Hamburg. After looking around the beauty of the city and sampling local cuisine, this is a pickled herring in a wheat bun. Why not a hamburger bun? No idea. Anyway, with the guitar in hand, I made my way home to assess the damage. So what we have is an Ibanez 7421 from the mid-2010s era. It's a hardtail model that was produced in Indonesia. It has 2 humbuckers and a 5-way selector switch. It's a 3-piece maple neck. This particular example seems to have a basswood body and a rosewood fingerboard with 24 frets. So, let's see what's broken. According to the seller, the neck was not straight, and there was no way to turn the truss rod. After poking and prodding, I realized that it was stripped completely. So, let's get the neck off this body and do the regular surgery that has been done on this channel. Damp cloth, iron, and patience, waiting for the glue to soften. After some time wiggling the knife, I was able to get the fretboard off the neck, and this is what I saw. No wonder the neck was not straight. The rod seems to be maxed out and the hex screw was stripped with nothing to grab onto. This is a replacement truss rod I'll be using. As you can see, there's a huge difference. As I'm going for the John Petrucci style neck, I need to copy his JPM model. This means new fingerboard, new fret markers. So, with a nice new piece of rosewood, I get to cutting the fret slots, making sure that the center line is straight. After that comes the important part, carefully cutting the slots. As you can see, I got me a straight cutting jig. Now we need to cut 24 fret slots. As soon as the slots are cut, I need to trim away about 1.5 mm off the sides to glue the binding in place. It seems funny now, but there will be mistakes later on. Once that's done, we need to calculate the positions for the fret markers. John Petrucci had his done offset, so about 5 or 6 mm from the corners. First drilling the pilot holes, and then the correct size. First 4 markers will be 6 mm abalone. Now for some super glue and lightly tapping the markers in. From the 12th fret, the markers will progressively get smaller, with just 2 mm at the 24th fret. I think this turned out great, but there's still a lot of work ahead. We need to radius the fretboard. I've opted for 15th radius. His original had a flatter 16-inch radius. Some sources claim that it was compound board from 14 to 16, so I just used the closest I could find. As always, not too much pressure to keep the board evenly planed. I went through various grits from 120 to 800, I believe. This is what we end up with. Now back to the binding. Cutting it to size and gluing with super glue. I'm attaching it with masking tape to hold in place while the glue sets. Now that both sides are done, it's time to add a piece on the 24th fret. And one more time, going over the board with a sanding block. This time is just to knock off any unevenness. After all this work, it's the moment of truth, gluing the new fretboard to the neck. First we mask off the truss rod to avoid any glue seeping in, then we trim off the rest, exposing more wood for gluing, removing the masking tape, then adding the glue, twice to be honest, after realizing it was not enough the first time. Finally we remove the masking tape and get the fingerboard on the neck with all of the clamps that I own. I think this is a good place to stop and let the glue dry. Next episode we will deal with the body and painting and assembly. Stay tuned for more. Be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.